Alright guys, I thought I'd make a short little video on the knives and the Tomahawk that I use. I had a question about this on YouTube. So very quickly I'd just like to show you the couple items that I use. When I'm in camp, excuse the wind, it's pretty windy out here today, but when I'm in camp I have this little I call it a camp knife. It's just a very small knife made out of a file. My brother Laverne actually made this a while back for me. It's got an antler handle there. It's been a very useful knife, very good knife. It comes in handy for a lot of different camp chores, cooking, whatever. I have this, sometimes I carry it on my bag. I have a little sheath here for it where I can carry it with my bag, or at other times I may carry it in my knapsack, and I carry it in this little sheath here that my cousin Jonathan made for me, and just different ways of carrying it. Now I have a belt knife as well. I like to make things, and a number of years ago me and some buddies were just messing around, and this was really before I even got into 18th century reenacting, trekking, whatever, and I just used an old skill saw blade. We cut it out, and I just had an antler that I made into a handle, and it was a lot rougher looking than this actually for a number of years. And then I had my brother Laverne put this little hilt deal on it, and I kind of reshaped the blade just a little bit, but it's actually been a really good knife. Probably not all that period correct, but it's close enough for what I need now, and it works really well. It stays sharp. I've actually been very impressed with it. I made a center seam sheath for it. I really like these sheaths, and I just have some jute twine here to keep it on my belt or sash, whatever you're wearing. You can stick it in your belt and tie this around to keep the knife from slipping up or down. My Tomahawk is it's actually an old carpenter Tomahawk, roofer's Tomahawk, whatever you may call it. It came, it was shaped, kind of come down and had the little notch in it. I picked it up for really cheap in a antique store, and I thought, well, I took a grinder and a hand grinder and cut off this, kind of shape it a little more like a 18th century Tomahawk, put a different handle on it, and it also has been a very good Tomahawk. Stays sharp. It's a really heavy head, really good at chopping wood, different things like that. I like the pole on it, driving stakes, beating unruly cousins over the head, whatever you need it for. But anyway, it's been a really good one, and that's what I've got right now. Again, kind of a homemade job, but it works well. Used it for a number of years, so that's pretty much what I use, guys. And I would like to add another knife. I'd like to get a small clasp knife that they used back then to put in my knapsack, whatever, for camp chores. A guy can't hardly have too many knives, seems like. Thinking about maybe getting another built knife. And I did forget to mention the big one that I use. Basically, that I believe was for like self-defense, and also for just like butchering your game and different things like that. And then the smaller knife, like I said earlier, was for camp chores. Anyway, guys, that's my knives, my Tomahawk. Hope you enjoyed this video. And don't forget to subscribe, and hopefully we'll have some more videos coming up soon.